Mom, look at our baby chicks I got. Mom. Yeah, baby chicks are very cool.
I know.
Yeah.
This is a comprehensive guide on how to take care of day-old chicks. Today we're dealing with meat birds. It's spring and it's time for our family to refresh our stock of meat in our freezer. So we're going to order some from our local hatchery. You can quickly find your local hatchery by Googling it. Just search hatcheries near me and you'll find the ones that are closest to you. If they can't drop it off at a local feed store near you, keep in mind you're going to need to find out where your local feed store is, so also find that out. If you can't pick it up there or if it's just too far for you, most hatcheries do deliver as well. So it'll come in the form of live cargo that they'll drop off to your home or a designated drop-off spot, and you'll have to be there to pick it up. Go to the website of your local hatchery or the hatchery you want to order your birds from. Take a look at the birds that they have in stock and the birds that you'll need for specifically what you want. Do you want meat birds, hens that are going to start laying for you, or do you just want a mixed flock? That's up to you. Once you figure out the birds you want, you can order them from the hatchery. Make sure that you have a space set up and everything that you're going to need once it's time to pick up the birds. So let's get started and I'll show you guys exactly what to do when you order your birds and pick them up on the very first day. This for a feeder, but we have a feeder like that, right?
Yeah,
we do.
We have like one of those feeders.
And we have this too. I remember we have it from at home. Yeah, so they have lots of big ones. They even have egg turners, and I think they also have an incubator here too. These are cones for when you're ready to butcher. This is what you're gonna need for the first setup. Waters, feeders, and the lamp clip. Hi! No, I think that's it. We also have seeds. Lots of gardening stuff. Oh yeah. What else? This is cute. Alright, what else? We're gonna get the chicks out back.
Hit me.
Chicks in.
They're really cute. I wonder which one's Yes.
Oh shoot, I forgot. Can you also get some of your food as well? Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, John?
And when you order feed, they load it in through the back.
Did this nasty and it's finally done.
Okay, so we've got the feed, the chicks, the heat lamp, we have a water and a feeder, and our brooder box. We also have pine shavings, so we should be ready to go. Okay, so we're back home now and we're gonna show you guys how we set up our brooder system here, so let's go. And we have all of the supplies we need. We're just going to get the bedding put into our little brooder box that we have here. We also set up the heat lamp right here, and we're gonna have it clipped on. So we're just gonna clip it on once we're ready and have it going. So we're just gonna get bedding in there. We're gonna get quite a few inches because we want them to stay warm and provide a space for them to be nice and comfy. So we're just gonna open this up and fill it in. Then we're gonna get their water and their food set up in here as well. So let's just get all this in. So again, all of these supplies you'll be able to find at the store that you pick up the chicks from. Or if you're just picking it up at like a spot, you can find these at most Tractor Supply stores and like animal supply stores, feed stores, things like that. Okay, we're gonna put the feeder on the side here. So we have non-medicated chick starter feed. I'll show you the box of the one we get. So non-medicated, perfect. So now fill it up with their feed. Okay, now we're gonna get their waterer. Okay. Put it around the waterer more. And what we're using, guys, is one of these giant totes that you can buy from like what kind of store can you get? Oh yeah, we got these from Walmart or a Tractor Supply store. So they come with these lids as well. But when you're doing the chicks, it's gonna stay open. And this is only for the first couple of weeks until they get big enough to go into a chicken coop with like a little run. So let's get them in. Okay, so here we have the meat chicks. So these are Cornish cross. And then these ones, this is pullets, barred rock pullets. So we can have some hens. So let's get them in. They usually give 1 or 2 extras, so there's probably a bit more than 50 in here. But okay, everything's ready to go. So we have their waterer. We elevated it off the ground just so it doesn't get all wet on the bedding. This is the feed, and you can see they're already starting to peck at it. And once 1 or 2 of them figure it out, the rest of them will copy them and they'll follow along and they'll figure it out as well. So they're already eating. They're gonna huddle up under the lamp, of course, at first. So the only thing you have to keep track of is their food and their water and also their temperature. So make sure they don't get too hot. If the heat lamp is too hot, you're gonna have to move it up a bit and away from them. And you'll know if they're huddling under the heat lamp all the time. Then you need to make it a little bit warmer and bring this closer to them. So if they're a little more dispersed and they're trying to get away from the heat lamp, then that's probably because it's too warm for them. So just keep track of that. Keep track of their feed and make sure you're changing out their bedding very often. And there's something called pasty butt, which some chicks can get, where basically their poop gets stuck on the outside of their bums. If that happens, it usually means you just have to get probably some grit, put it in there with them, with their feed, and you can clean that off rather easily with just a damp rag and just wipe it off there. Make sure they don't actually stay like that because it can cause problems. Okay, so everything looks good, and I'll give you guys an update on them in our next video. So make sure you come back. One last thing, I'm just going to show them where the water is. So you just kind of dip them in a little bit. Do that to a few of them so the rest of them can figure out, hey, this is where my water is. So just going to give them a little dunk, and they'll figure it out from there. So I'll come back in an hour. I'll check on them to see if they're too warm or too cold. We'll adjust the heat lamp if I need to, but from here everything is good to go.